It's time to feel the rage. Welcome to Film Rage, where we talk movies. For the second program in a row, we are talking the Calgary Underground Film Festival again today. My name is Bryce. I'm part of the Film Rage crew, which also includes Jim. Hey there, Jim.
Hey, hey.
And Murray is here as well. How you doing, Murray?
Yo, I'm all right.
That's cool. So, with the introductions out of the way, let's rage on.
Whoa. Thanks to all who've been supporting us. If you love our independent podcast, please support us and join the growing Film Rage community by joining our membership at buymeacoffee.com/Film Rage YYC. All members get special episodes and content only for members. Along with all members that sign up will get a special limited edition Film Rage merch item. If you cannot commit to a membership, you can still buy us a movie rental and dare us to see a terrible movie. Thanks to our adopted and current favorite state, Virginia. Go Who's. Wahoo! All right, Bryce.
Yeah.
Push some buttons.
All right. Canyon Meadows cinemas are open for their delicious concessions. Popcorn, corn dogs, mini donuts, and more. Open Thursdays 4 to 9, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday 12 to 9 for takeout via curbside pickup. Just go to canyonmeadows.ca and enter your order. And by the way, by being one of our faithful Film Rage listeners, you can get 15% off. Just enter the promo code RAGEON. That's RAGEON to claim your 15% discount. Or, if you would rather have your snacks delivered, that is possible as well through Skip the Dishes, Uber Eats, and DoorDash throughout Calgary. For more details, visit canyonmeadows.ca. And here, CMC would like to thank you for your continued support, and we hope to see you again soon at the cinema.
All right. We're talking CalgaryUndergroundFilm.org. And for our U.S. listeners and international listeners, you may not be able to find these films on CalgaryUndergroundFilm.org because there's geo-blocking, but you can absolutely 100% find these at festivals near you, or write these names down for these films and make sure to check them out when they're in your local area. All right, let's jam this in, baby. Just like a Workhorse Queen. What'd you think?
It was meh.
All right, there we go.
There was nothing
Well
to it. It was a
said.
Talking Heads doc where, I don't know, did nothing for me.
Yeah, it's a Talking Heads doc. I'm a personal huge fan of Mrs. Kasha Davis. I thought the story was pretty good. I thought she was an inspiring person in her community and a longtime supporter of all things drag, so kudos to her. But yeah, I would tend to agree with you. I think the doc it's a Talking Heads doc. It was fun to watch. I really enjoyed it, but I wouldn't say it was a fantastic doc. I would give it a high meh.
All right.
Okay, we had a short before we talked fully realized humans called Feeling Sexual. Did everybody else get to feel sexual?
Really?
Right away. Well, I thought it was a cute first time sex, but it was a meh for me. But it's short.
I don't even remember it. What happened?
It was a first time sex, and
I don't remember.
it was a meh. I already know that.
All right.
Okay, so let's talk about fully realized humans. Murray, you saw this one, right? I think this is...
Yeah, I did.
You loved this, didn't you?
Really want to start with me?
Yeah, I did.
Yeah, no, I freaking hated the first half of this movie. The first 45 minutes, it was going to be a hard rage for me. Very unlikable couple and all their annoying friends who care less about all the crap they are going through. I mean, maybe because I'm not married and don't have any kids, I don't give a crap about pregnancy. Their sex jokes and stuff was ridiculous. Although I know Jim enjoys that kind of thing. But yeah, the last half hour it kind of turned a corner and it got serious and started dealing with some issues with their parents, and it actually in the end wasn't too bad. But yeah, it's a meh.
All right.
Yeah, it's not a rage. I think that's a major accomplishment for them on my point.
I actually really enjoyed the first 45 minutes.
I'm glad.
And then it went downhill.
And then it went downhill from there.
This is what I love about movies. It's like we got one on one side and one on the other. Well,
Yeah,
Brycey, go. Tell
Bryce
us.
and I never agree on stuff.
That's not
No,
true.
we agreed on 5 things last episode.
Yes.
Go back and check your box.
Yeah. Listen to the episode.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, it was what it was. I really actually liked the characters. The 45 minutes in, it was pretty good. Then it kind of took a weird turn for me, where they did get maybe too serious in some points, considering these two characters that was focused on. So that didn't really work very well for me. But at the end of the day, I enjoyed watching it. Really enjoyed it. I mean, I laughed a lot in the first 45 minutes. So I'm not gonna lie. Not so much in the last half. So I guess if you watch through my eyes for the first half of the film and then watch through Murray's eyes for the second half of the film, it's a complete movie.
Sure.
And it's still
It's a meh.
All right. Well, then now you can hear what it was through my eyes. This is one of those films that you have to be in that silly relationship type mood when you're watching this film. At first, I was finding it cute or funny, but by the time she puts on that strap on and gives his ass the what for, I was all in, just like she was. The quirkiness of the characters and the journey they go on made me want to be a teller of lies. What? Murray and Bryce, I want to now be your life doulas. I am a changed person for the better for seeing this movie. But it's still a meh.
There you go.
Too much up and down. I liked it. I thought there was some fun stuff in it.
There was.
Favorite line. What happens if the thing happens in the podcast?
Indeed.
And that's exactly what happened. All right, so look at that, Murray. We may not have all agreed on certain things. I definitely thought the strap-on was the best part of the whole movie, and
Of course you did.
I'm gonna go buy one maybe after this episode.
Oh, keep it away from me.
I can loan you mine.
Oh, okay. I want the same size though as they had in the movie.
I've got all sorts of different sizes, so I can hook you up.
Weird. And you don't even have to clean it. Okay, so we taught Keyboard Fantasies. But it's not just Keyboard Fantasies. It's Keyboard Fantasies, the Beverly Glenn-Copeland story.
It is indeed.
And who is that?
Well, he is an amazing artist. This doc is loaded with everything, which normally annoys me, with lots of things and not enough focus. But this journey was awesome. And this amazing person, full of energy and excitement, I loved him and I love this story. It's a huge Mondo LGBTQ film with music, Black Lives Matter. It's got so much content in it, but you just fall in love with him. And it's just like, I just want to hold him and hug him. But you know what? The best thing about this whole movie is that I didn't look at any of the films we were going to watch in Cuff before seeing this. And I've seen him live 2 years ago.
Oh, really?
He played at Folk on the Rocks in Yellowknife, Northwest Territories. And I was there for the concert, which anybody listening, be you in anywhere in the world, if you want one of the best parties of anywhere you've ever been, you need to check out Folk on the Rocks. It happens in July in the Northwest Territories, where it's light the entire day and it gets up to like 30 degrees. And they have some of the best concerts in the world going on. So yeah, I love this. It was a Mondo for me.
Well, Jim, Keyboard Fantasies, the Beverly Glenn-Copeland story was absolutely Mondo. I enjoyed every second of this. Talented musicians that travel with him. The fact that this is a 70-year-old person that's out there still giving her. Just fantastic doc. I honestly had no idea who I was watching. Did you know that he's actually been on Once Upon a Time? He was on Mr. Dress Up, man.
Yes, man. I know.
I went back and watched a clip of that after because I was so curious about this artist. Really good stuff. Enjoyed it a lot. It was absolutely mondo. I echo everything you said.
People, if you get a chance to see him live, it is mind-bendingly amazing, the artist he brings forward. I was in awe the whole time he played. It's fantastic.
Cool.
All right. We saw Together.
We actually didn't see it together.
Are we jumping down there?
We saw it together, but we didn't
together.
see it together.
But not together.
Right.
Murray, you saw this too, didn't you?
I did see it on my own without being prompted.
Together.
Because this was my kind of movie.
All right, let's hear it, baby.
What'd you think?
I thought it was awesome. Reminded me of that one that we saw at SIF with the Elizabeth, what's her name, Banks thing. Same kind of, it was sweet, heartwarming. Ed Helms, I don't even like that much, really. I actually just saw his latest show, which was boring. Didn't like any of the hangovers, but yeah, this was his best work. He was just this sweet guy who wanted to have a kid and wasn't married and may or may not have been gay, and hires a surrogate, and their friendship that they develop. There was no sex involved. There was no romantic stuff. It was just two people getting to know each other. It was very sweet. I loved it. I gave it a huge mondo.
Sweet. I like where this is going. The tone of your voice is telling me we're going to hear more about this movie. Bryce, what'd you think?
I was pretty bored. It was meh.
Yeah. There you go.
All right. Well, I thought surrogate cute little buddy film. Thought it moved a little slow for me. It was really, really cute. So I'm not personally a fan of cute. It was okay. I liked it, and I know why Murray liked it. This was probably one of the most underground films in the festival.
Well,
this was a very mainstream film.
I'm pretty sure it's out in the US right now.
Yeah, and I'm sure it's going to play very well. Like, this is the kind of movie that, it can appeal to a larger audience. Just I'm not that audience, so I'm glad you liked it, Murray. I liked it. I thought all the acting and everything was good. But right, 2 murders and a mondo. All right, what else do we see? We saw a short called Trashed. And I did not like this. This is the first rage I'm giving out of the festival for that short.
Trashed. So many shorts. Refresh my memory.
Don't remember either. I just made a note saying I didn't really like it. But
Trashed.
It was played before Range Roads.
Right.
If you can remember it.
Yeah, I don't remember it.
So it's a meh for you then? That's usually your sign. If you would have hated it, you would have.
I guess I didn't hate it because I.
There you go. So there you go. Okay, well, tell us what you thought of Range Roads, which is a
local production. Odd poster for it. Have you seen the poster?
Yeah, it's like a very small clip of her from her acting.
Yeah, well,
position.
It's got her in as an actor, and then a shadow, almost a shadow, like it's like. Of her in like her regular life, and it's just I don't understand how that made sense at all for the title of the film, and so I was
balancing the country girl and her stardom.
Is that what it was?
I don't know.
know.
Maybe the shadow overshadowing her, who she is as a person.
This movie was fine. It said what it needed to say. I personally didn't like it that much. I didn't hate it, but I was just kind of looking at the clock as I was watching this one, thinking, "Boy, I can't wait to watch the next movie." It was.
I do that a lot.
It was fine. I don't know.
I like fine. It's fine. That's fine.
It's fine.
It's fine. So I thought the production values were actually really good in this film.
Yeah.
I thought for a local Alberta film, we don't always see great production values. This had had some really good technical skill behind it. So I really did like that portion of it. Local Alberta film, so props out to local filmmakers. Really good. I can't keep saying this. It was really good quality film. Now, would I consider this a cuff film also? I would say no. This was another film that I feel was not really, it didn't really have a cuff feel to it. It didn't feel really underground. This could have been a very mainstream type film. Very slow and methodical build to the film. It was done pretty good. It was okay for me too.
There we go.
It was fine.
It was fine.
Too. It was fine too. That's double math.
Yeah. All right.
Sweet. Okay, so we saw another local short in front of another feature called Boneyard Racers.
Yeah.
Is that local?
What's that?
Is that local?
Yeah, it was local Alberta. Yeah, I think it was shot in Sherwood
Edmonton,
Park.
wasn't it?
No.
Yeah.
Well, Sherwood, yeah.
Yeah, same
thing, sort of.
I actually liked the short. Local film fun and had some good spookiness. It was just a meh for me, though. I liked it. I thought it was fun.
Yeah, it was fun enough. It was meh.
All right. Mur, did you like the...
it was okay. I wouldn't call it great or anything. I mean, it wasn't crazy about the way it ended. I thought it should have ended a little different than it did. I mean, I honestly didn't know what the hell was at the end, what the purpose of the ending was.
I see dead people. That's,
Well, no, but I mean, like, yeah, I get the drag race. Is this like a Devil Went Down to Georgia kind of a thing with drag racers? Like, I don't know what it was supposed to be.
What do you expect from Edmonton? That's what happens there.
Well, I know they're all undead up there, but... Kidding.
There you are, alienating our audience.
I do have friends up there.
This is, for people who aren't listening, it's really... I'm trying to put it into there's a Battle of Alberta that happens. People that live in Calgary like to slag Edmontonians. So
New York, LA.
Yeah, there's a good one. New York, LA. Think of that. Only like 1/100th of the population. Yeah. Okay, so we also saw a movie called Vicious Fun. And Murray, you also saw this one.
I did. It was live, so only had one chance to catch it. Yeah, it was something, all right. Yeah, there was plenty of blood. I liked most of the characters and had a good story. It was, I don't know, it was supposed like an homage to the 80s. It felt a little too much like 80s slasher movies.
That's what it was doing.
Freaking hate. I hated all those 80s slasher flicks, the Freddys, the Jasons, all those nightmares. They're all the same. They're all the same movies. So this felt a little too much like that. I mean, like that British one we saw was a nice, nod to the 80s. This basically could have been shot in the 80s.
Well, there's another film we're going to be talking about coming up that could have been shot in the 70s. So
that's also true. But no, it was, I don't know if I give it a Mondo. It was definitely high meh. It was good.
Okay, cool. Bryce?
Yeah, as I was watching it, the first few minutes, I was like, ugh. Wasn't a fan of the lead actor, but as it went on, he was better than I thought. Because, initially I was just kind of annoyed by him, and I was probably supposed to be. But by the end, he was fine. Everybody was fine. It was a lot of fun.
Can I guess?
No,
was the movie fine?
It was fine. It was a lot of fun. I really liked the whole scene in the police station. Those cops playing off each other. That was actually really good stuff.
And they all had mustaches.
Of course they did.
The porno staches from the 80s.
Yeah. Yes. Gay porno mustaches.
Yeah.
Even the bad guy had a fake one.
Yes. So it was an enjoyable film. Really, as you say, tip of the hat to the 80s the whole way through, 80s slasher films. And it was fun, but it was meh.
Okay, well, let me talk about Vicious Fun. It was vicious fun. That's what I thought about it.
Yep.
And I'm like, as I'm watching, I'm going, what's going on with all these 80s retro stuff that's happening that, we're getting a lot in our festival, which
the 80s are awesome.
Yeah, well, the 80s has a lot of good stuff, and this is one. This one is a take, I guess, on a slasher film, but like multiple slashers, maybe. It's kind of like a superhero slasher film. This captures the very best of what made 80s slashers great. Very funny, very stabby, very vicious fun. It had a lady who kicked ass and punched dick, so I was all in when I met her. The very first scene from number 1, I'm like, I don't know who this lady is, but I'm now in love. This was a mondo for me. I loved all the inside jokes, from everything they did to the murders, and every single one of the character actors that were the serial killers were all like great bit actors that have been around forever. Well, every single one of them.
I recognize the one guy, but the rest I didn't.
Yeah, all of them. They've all been in a ton of great horror films. It was just campy, delicious 80s retro fun. I loved it. It satisfied my ladies who kick ass and punch dicks. So yeah, and she also used a switchblade, which was also delicious.
There you go.
Yeah, I say everybody should see it. Okay, well, let's talk about motherfucking bloody puppets.
Yeah.
Frank and Zed. Now, this one was one that I was more excited to see than any film at the festival. When I saw the promo for this, I was like, I am all in. The amount of work that must have went into this film was incredible. But the story got a little bit convoluted at times and almost seemed to be missing things. I loved the connections between Frank and Zed, the BFF undead thing. I absolutely loved that about this film. I thought that friendship, I want to see that movie called Frank and Zed, but just be a better movie. Yeah. It was meh.
Yeah, I think that my anticipation for it also might have hurt it a little, because I was also really looking forward to this one. And I absolutely applaud the effort that went into it. It was the way that it was shot was a lot of fun. I actually watched a little puppet workshop that they did as well, so it kind of showed how they did a lot of the stuff, including like his heart and the that they showed a few times, and it's good. I was hoping it would be great.
Yeah,
so it was.
I know.
I'm giving it a meh, but
yeah,
I'm not. I also did enjoy it. I just thought I was going to enjoy it more.
Yes, I agree. I just think the story wasn't as great as we were hoping. Yeah. I think that's really what it was. But if they would have capitalized on Frank and Zed better,
I think you kind of brought it up. Exactly. I think it kind of lost its focus a little bit, and that this was a movie called Frank and Zed, and it should have been more about just Frank and Zed, man. I loved it when they were on screen together.
Yeah, it was the best.
The other stuff seemed to take away from it a little bit. So yeah, to each their own though. As I said, good flick though, but it's a meh.
It's good. Mur, did you see this one too?
No.
Okay. Well, I suggest you see the Old Man movie again before you watch this one. That's my suggestion.
Also about puppets?
Yeah. The Old Man movie?
Not really my thing.
Well, of all the puppet movies at Cuff this year.
Of all of them?
Yes. There were two, and they were both good. One was a little better than the other. One was
amazing.
It was all right.
So we also saw a documentary called End of the Line, The Women of Standing Rock. This doc is inspiring with the strength of these amazing women. The truth of what we are told is always a spin on what works for big business and the economy, I find. This was a great doc with an important message for everyone. Hashtag fight for what is right. I love this doc. I really felt for these women. I found it sometimes a little bit convoluted, but I was so connected to some of these main characters in the film. It was a mondo for me.
Yeah, the message gets a mondo, the content gets a mondo, the documentary gets a meh.
Yeah, I guess I liked it. Weird. We're getting like an emergency alert. I don't know if we're getting a hurricane or something, but isn't that funny?
It's hilarious.
Okay. It's hilarious.
Natural disasters are funny.
Yeah, they're the best. No, they're not. Okay, so we saw another local short by one of our buddies, and locals Spence Estabrooks
He's very
with
local.
the short called Sharkosaurus.
Yeah, you guys went to like the premiere of this, didn't you?
Sharkosaurus.
We did. We saw the premiere of this, and I was a backer. So actually, if you look for the credits, I'm in the credits. So if you're watching it,
Way at the bottom.
yeah, way at the bottom, I'm in there. I gave money, and I have my limited edition prints and a bunch of great things. I love that. I love Spence and everything he does. So his stuff is always
He is
Mondo for
awesome.
me.
Yeah, it was meh.
All right, there you go.
I also gave it a Mondo, but
Yeah,
it wasn't
of course.
just because I knew him.
Yeah,
because it was a lot of fun.
yeah, I liked
It
it.
was just a fun.
I like
little
sharks.
movie.
I like sharks that walk around and eat people.
Sharks
What can
on
I say?
land, and yeah, it just ate everybody. It was cool.
There you go.
Now, we also saw a movie called hashtag Shakespeare Shitstorm.
Poop
And
storm.
I was expecting. Oh, sorry. Yeah. In Bryce's case, it's Poop Storm because he doesn't know how to
Poop Storm.
read properly. But this was the one I thought was going to be the first Mondo I ever gave out for a trauma film. But,
Was it?
and then I watched this movie. It didn't make the cut. I'm sorry. It's still not a Mondo. I still haven't. The only Mondo I've given out for a trauma film actually is the very first one. Well, I think it's the first one.
Toxic Avenger.
Yeah, Toxic Avenger. I
Love
love that.
Toxie.
What's that?
Yeah.
I love Toxie.
Yeah. Well, I
Yeah,
also like
that-
the.
Poultrygeist.
alright.
I really liked Poultrygeist.
Yeah, I was
that
going
was
to say
Mondo.
Poltergeist is another one. Yeah, it was either Mondo. But as per usual, trauma films, they're a fun romp. But this, like most, did not win me over. Had some great fucked up shit. Literally fucked up shit.
Literally.
And I
yeah.
laughed a lot. And Lloyd kind of felt like a dirtier, filthier Mel Brooks as I was watching this movie.
Yes.
Yeah, I was
Like-
getting that too. He was
Yeah,
trying to
but
be
it
Mel
just
Brooks.
it just wasn't as funny as Mel Brooks because Mel Brooks' timing is
Of
better.
course, he's not.
It was a meh. I
Yeah.
did like the whales that shit on people. That was the best
Yeah.
part for me.
There's so much hit and miss in this movie, and when it hits, I laughed, and when it missed, it really, really missed. And that's trauma for you.
Yeah.
And you know you're not gonna they're gonna rapid fire you with like so much stuff, just blasting it at your eyeballs, and some you're gonna laugh, and some you're gonna want to look away, and yeah, it was meh. I'm not sad that I watched it because I enjoyed a lot of it, but
Yeah.
it's hard to like, you know, have a ringing endorsement for it. It was good though.
The shitstorm itself was worth it. The
Yeah,
price
see,
of admission.
that didn't do it for me.
You don't like flying whales that shit on
Surprise,
people?
It was okay. It was, you know, there's stuff that I enjoyed more, but I
The
digress.
shit was it the shit orgy?
I digress.
All right.
Yes.
Mur, did you get to see this one?
I did.
And he loved
You
it.
know, Shakespeare is difficult at the best of times. Like watching anything based on Shakespeare is challenging when it's done, you know, seriously. And this, I'd never seen or heard of this, The Tempest or whatever it's called. No idea the storyline. I'd look up what the actual story was. And yeah,
It was this.
It's pretty close.
Yeah, it's all due respect to our good friend Cody, who was actually in this.
Yeah.
Just not my kind of humor. I didn't find any of it funny. Then again, I don't find a lot of the trauma stuff funny. I mean, Toxic Avenger was okay, but it's just
Trauma's
I'm not
always a
really
good
into-
time.
Is this
I'm
a
not-
rage, Mur? Is this
I
a
would-
rage?
I would never rage about a trauma film. It's just not for me.
All right.
I just didn't enjoy it.
Okay.
Cute.
Well, it was a meh. Triple meh. You know what that means. Perfect. All right. We saw The Last Matinee, but before we saw that, we saw Forgive My Father, which was a gross out, gooey, fun little short, which for me was Mondo. I loved it. I loved the low budgetness, but funness to it. All the gooiness that's in the garage with the father. Yeah, liked it.
What was it again?
Forgive My Father.
What
Where the-
happened?
The guy turns into this goo monster, and he eats his wife, and then they have to get his daughter to bring neighbors to come over so he can eat them.
Oh, yeah. I liked it. Mondo.
Yeah, it's Mondo. Mur, what about you? Did you love the goo as much as us?
No, I don't remember enjoying it very much.
Okay, I'm gonna mark you down as a meh for that.
Yeah,
okay, well, Murray, what did you think of The Last Matinee, which is really a shout out to the 70s, not the 80s?
I'm so glad you started with me because I have so much to talk about with this one.
Oh, well, we only have a few minutes before we run out of time.
Well, then I'll make it quick then. This was absolutely probably my favorite of the whole festival.
What?
A horror film set in a movie theater? Best idea ever. It's exactly the film that I would make. Except for the eyeball thing. That was kind of gross. My only rage about this movie is that those bastards stole my idea. Because I totally would like to shoot this. Like, ever since I've been a volunteer working in movie theaters and the Globe, I've wanted to shoot a movie in a movie theater. And these bastards took my idea.
How dare them.
Absolutely freaking Mondo. Loved it.
All right. I love it. Okay, Bryce, what'd you say?
Well, what was with the eyeballs when the jar broke? I didn't know eyeballs bounced like rubber balls.
They do with the rubber balls.
Well, there is a little bit of symbolism to the very beginning, if you notice them. Nice letterboxing this with the dropping balls at the beginning and the dropping balls at the end. So,
all right. I'm sorry. What was the question?
What'd you think?
Thought of it?
I thought The Last Matinee was Mondo. I love this movie.
Wow.
I even loved the bouncing eyes bouncing down the staircase because it was so ridiculous. But yeah, there's some stuff that they stuck in. Honestly, I think they stuck some stuff in just because it looked cool, and I'm okay with that. A lot of fun. Absolutely love this movie.
The Last Matinee. This ain't like any Fulci movie I've seen. The camera work was so clean you could eat off of it. And I mean eat off it like a nice clean eyeball. But the feel to me was all Fulci. I loved the red, or even what's his face? Argento. It just has that real Italian feel as you're watching this.
Absolutely.
The red hue through the entire film, and it's everywhere. You cannot hide from the red on this. Great hue that just builds that whole atmosphere of red and dread and death and blood. Has some great gore effects, great stupid survivors, never really finishing the job. You always know, okay, they're going to get away, but are they going to get killed this time? And you don't know who, and you don't know what, and you don't know how. It was so much fun. It started to make me laugh at how often they were doing stupid things and still surviving. I'm like, this is great.
Yeah.
Great homage to the Italian horror films. Great fun. It was a huge Mondo for me.
Yep.
But as I mentioned, the best part for me was them bookending it with balls falling down the stairs and balls, as in eyeballs, slashed hashtag pickled eyeballs falling down the stairs. Yeah, this movie was so much fun and so much deliciousness. It's awesome.
Every shot was so well thought out. It's nice when you get a horror movie. That is really, really well thought out. And every shot in this was so well thought out, so well framed. It was a quality movie, not just a quality horror movie.
Bert, give it one more Mondo just for the listeners at home.
What, me? Mondo. It was a Mondo.
There you go. Well, we are... Man, you know what? I'm sad because we're getting to the end of our list here, and there's not much of our films that we haven't seen yet. But we saw a movie called Summertime, and it was making me sing some good old fashioned summertime, time, shine, and loving's easy.
So what'd you think?
Will Smith.
Nah, not Will Smith. Janis Joplin,
Smith.
baby.
Will
Janis
Smith,
Joplin.
Summertime.
Janis Joplin Summertime.
I don't know what's a Will Smith Summertime.
It's not Janis Joplin Summertime, I can tell you
Will
that.
Smith, the movie star, his song was Summertime.
Oh.
Is that summertime, summertime, summertime? Is that how it goes?
No.
I know Summerland by King's X. Is that what it was?
Don't know who
Did
that
he
is.
just
Anyway.
change it
No,
to
it's-
Summertime?
No, it was his own song.
Nah, I think it was probably the King's
Sing
X
a bit
song.
for us. Sing
No.
a bit for us.
Yeah.
Come on.
I think you probably
I don't
should.
remember how it goes.
You brought it
What's
up.
The name of the song. This is the name of the song. The name of the song is called Summertime.
So I don't remember it. So sing it a little bit so I can remember.
No. Just
Well-
move on.
We'll go to Spotify later, and we'll think of Murray
Right.
as we sing.
Ah,
Our
right.
listeners can go look it up on YouTube.
We'll go karaoke when we can all see each other. So, Summertime, slam poets are awesome. This film was so creative and fun how they built a loose script into a bunch of poetry slams. I really liked this film a lot. There was only the issue that I had was there was a few segments within it that weren't really that great, and it kind of drew down the film a bit. I like this a lot. I love slam poetry, and I love the way they incorporated it into the film. Gets a super, super high artistic high meh. I couldn't love this movie as a full movie though, so it was a meh.
And that was the problem. There was some stuff that was within this movie that was absolutely mondo. Stuff that got me emotional. Stuff that really touched me. And then there was like stuff where it's like, if we only could have kept that momentum. But that's what you're gonna get when you're compiling 30, 40 different voices into a movie. Some of it's really gonna connect with you, some of it isn't. I admired the flow of it. Some of it, as I say, was absolutely so good, and some of it wasn't. And overall, at the end of the day, it's a really, really high map teetering on a mondo. Like it's so close.
Oh no,
I wish I could maybe just slice like 4 or 5 scenes out of it, and then I'd probably be a lot happier. And that the one thing that I was surprised it worked so well was that one lady at the end where she's confronting the gentleman that kind of turned her down, and the way that he did it. In no way did I think I was going to be affected by that, but I was almost in tears by the end of that speech.
Yeah, that speech was amazing.
A poem, really.
Yeah, it's a slam. It's a slam.
It was a slam poem. Yeah.
Yeah, I think people need to see this movie, and I really hope that these artists can build a second movie and have people maybe give a little bit more input on what we think should be pulled. But that's just us.
All the guy wants is a cheeseburger, man. He's just looking for a cheeseburger.
Just wanted a cheeseburger. So, Murda, you saw this one, didn't you?
I didn't get all the way through it. I got about halfway through, and it had some good stories. The scene at the beginning where he wants a cheeseburger and they bring him, I don't know what the hell that thing was on a plate with leaves and something else, and then he wasn't going to pay for it, and she was going to call the cops, and he was going to give her a bad review. That was a good scene.
Yeah.
I'm not a big fan of poetry in any form, really, but especially when it sounds a lot like rap music.
What about when Bryan Adams is singing
hate.
it? What about when Platinum Blonde's singing it?
Yeah, when that happens, you let me know.
That's what they're doing. They're singing poetry. What are you talking about? These are your favorite bands.
Yeah, but that's different music. I'm talking about rap music. When they're all they're doing is just saying words. Like when when musicians sing, they use their voices to sing.
I'm confused.
I'm not crazy about hip hop. Same reason.
I don't mind going to the beatnik bars where we talk about things. We all get to click our fingers.
Yeah, and again, when I think of that, I think of Mike Myers and Axe Murderer.
Yeah,
He says it's the same poem every time because he gets dumped so much. But yeah, it wasn't a good friend of ours, Catherine, is into that stuff. But no, not for me.
That's okay. Not everybody likes poetry.
It was
I get it. Yep. Well, it was a 3 meh. 3.
Yeah.
You know what that means. Okay. Our last feature we're going to talk about today is laughter. Well, am I right or am I right? It's laughter. You can always count on nudity in a French film, though. That's what I gotta say. Although it wasn't a film from France, so I was a little surprised. From a Quebecois film.
Quebecois.
Maybe they're just getting some influence from our friends in France. Laughter is everything, and everything including laughter. This film had so many layers to it, and I don't think I was either A, smart enough, or B, mature enough to grasp all the layers that were in this film. I really loved the feel of this film. I really loved the message I was actually absorbing from it, but I really felt I wasn't really tied everything together as cleanly as I would have liked. I didn't feel everything tied up at the end, and I don't always necessarily need that, but I don't know why this film felt really disjointed to me. There were so many great character developments, but not sure what really happened at the end of this film. I really liked it, but I didn't love it. It was a meh for me.
Yeah, there's a lot going on. I thought that the last scene, well, I don't know if it was the very last scene, but where she's doing her little stand-up gig, I thought that felt like super flat.
Yeah.
I liked a lot of it, but the build-up to the ending just kind of fell flat with me. I really liked the scene where she confronts the dude that, could have killed her but didn't.
Yeah.
There was lots of stuff in there, as you say, that was powerful, but a little uneven, and the end just didn't do it for me. So it's a meh. I didn't hate it, but at the end of the day, it was just okay.
Did you feel like didn't seem like the reasons of the film weren't really tied in as cleanly or clearly?
Yeah.
Because I'm missing something like.
No, you're not. I don't think there was. I think it was there were loose threads between some of the stuff that was in this film. There was some stuff where it's like,
yeah.
Huh? But yeah.
Yeah, I mean, the very beginning, it started out with a real punch too, right?
Oh, yeah.
Where they go into it's like it brings back memories of like Holocaust films.
Yeah, it was a crazy start to this movie. It's like I to be honest, I started this movie. I'm like, oh god, it's over 2 hours long. But in the first 5 minutes, I'm like, what? and then I'm like, I was pretty focused in after that. So it was a really effective way to begin this film too, because it drew you in big time at the beginning, and then it kind of did some weird veering left and right and throughout the rest of it, where some of it was quite good, but. I just honestly the end could have saved it for me. But it was still meh. It was okay.
It was good French nudity, the way it should be.
Yeah, I'm not sure. No.
Mur, did you get to see this one?
No.
It's French,
Well, I don't mind the French. It's just you said 2 hours long, and it just. Despite the fact that it said laughter, I had a feeling it's a pretty serious movie.
It was very, very serious.
She tries to make us laugh at the beginning, but the dude from that other film had a better chance of making me laugh.
Yeah, that.
What was that called again?
Itchy fingers.
Itchy fingers. That was it.
Itchy fingers. Okay, so we're gonna blast through the shorts packages. There's two shorts packages.
I thought we were gonna do something else real quick first.
Yeah. Oh yeah, we were gonna do something real quick first.
Jumping around all day.
All right.
I have been.
Yeah, you have.
Yeah, you didn't. You're kind of jumping all over the place, but that's okay. 3, 2, 1.
Why can't he put you in the shark?
Because you can't grapple a ghost. Fucking obviously, he's a ghost. You can't grapple a ghost.
Of course I can't. There's already a dead body involved.
Exactly.
Hey, fool. Sometimes when you do some crime, people die, and it's okay.
We're the Broken Lords. We provide the finest actual play RPG related nonsense this side of the internet. Follow us on Twitter at Lords Broken, and give us a listen on any major podcasting platform.
Yeah, that's the Broken Lords podcast. Which kind of threw us for a loop. They were broken right from the beginning and just pulled us. It was like, what's happening?
Yes.
But now we know.
There you go.
It's manic. Okay, well now let's talk about shorts. That was a really good idea to put that there.
Yeah,
Who thought of that anyway?
you did, but then you're jumping all over the
Same guy who
place.
forgot about it.
It's Friday. What am I doing? I'm not usually doing this on Fridays.
Yes.
I'm usually passed out drunk by now.
We'll be back to normal
Okay.
next
That's
week.
true.
Yes, we will. Okay, so we're gonna blast through some shorts. We saw the shorts package called Late Night Cravings. And Mur, did you get to see this one?
I did.
Ah, sweet. Okay, so I'm just gonna break down. We'll have a quick little one sentence breakdown and what we thought of it. Poor Glenna. For me, it was a little shop of Glenna. I thought it was Mondo. I loved it.
Meh.
All right.
Yeah, didn't like it.
Okay. All right. Well, there. Is that you didn't like it rage or you didn't
Well,
like
no,
it?
I wouldn't rage about it, but it just wasn't my thing. I thought it
All
was
right.
boring.
Okay, perfect. Then we saw Lucky Feet 2000.
What?
Does that sound right? Lucky Feet 2000?
What?
I don't remember 2000 in there, but yeah, I didn't know what the hell was going on anyway. It doesn't matter.
Maybe there wasn't a 2000. Yeah, no, it's Lucky Feet 2000. So, Lucky Feet 2000, Lucky Feet, Lucky Us. For me, it was a Mondo.
So, what was it about?
A woman gets a supernatural pedicure.
Oh yeah, that was actually pretty good. I
Yeah, it
liked
was
it.
Mondo.
I'm gonna give me one more. Yeah, it's Mondo.
There we go. Now, this was okay. So, for those people who don't know, I actually get to work as part of the previewing team with this festival. That's why I love it. Maybe that's why I love it so much. But this short was my favorite short of the entire number of shorts that I saw, and it's called Bubble. And
Really?
to me,
You like
this
that
was.
one?
I absolutely loved this short. It's a hungry Chinese style Mondo. Freaking love this.
Yeah, what happened again?
An ordinary night, a man eats a lot of herbal plants in front of a woman,
Oh, that was
transforming himself
yeah, Mondo.
into the woman's
Mondo.
Yes, this was my favorite short. Anybody, if you get a chance to see this Chinese short called Bubble,
It's cool.
you will literally know mine and Bryce's personalities meld into one.
Wow.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to disagree with you on that one.
Okay, what'd you do? Did you hate it?
Oh, this was a hard rage for me. It was a Chinese guy eating grass for 10 minutes.
It was awesome.
It was a 15-minute short. In 10 minutes, he's just eating grass. And it was stupid. And it serves him right for eating vegetables.
Whatever. Love my veggies.
I thought it was dumb.
That's awesome.
There we
Plus,
go.
you know, me and subtitles.
Yeah. Well, he was mostly making crunching sounds on the vegetables.
Yeah, that's the other thing. Talking.
Peter the Penguin. Penguins are cool, but you know, it's not cool enough for me. This was a meh.
It
meh.
was a stuffed penguin, so it wasn't cool at all. It was kind of warm and fuzzy.
All right. Was that 3 mehs for that one?
Yeah, it was a meh. It was creepy, but it was kind of funny.
Yeah. I like Okay, Stuck in the Middle for some pedophile revenge. This was a Mondo for me.
Meh.
Well, I knew that Jim would like it because, you know, it's literally dick kicking at its finest.
Yeah, there was
That's
a lot
literally
of
what
beautiful,
they did.
a lot of dick
and
kicking.
It was bloody and gory, and yeah, he basically gave him what he had coming to him.
Bloody
it was
satisfaction.
my favorite of this package. I'm not a big shorts person, but
Oh,
it was my favorite of the whole package. I
all
loved it.
right, that's good. Well, there you go, Mur. You like to see those ladies who kick dicks too. With pleasure.
What was it about?
What is it about? It is
Or what?
Cherry Blossom's Burlesque Bar is
I
a
didn't like it.
mystical haven in which people
Rage.
speak in proverbs and poetry. Again,
Rage.
there's some poetry there for you, Murray.
There's some poetry.
Rage.
All right, that's a 1 rage. And Murray, what'd you think of
Yeah, it was just a
With
meh.
Pleasure? Yeah, it was also a meh for me. But you know what? Great proverbs, revenge, and some fucked upness, but it was a meh.
Okay.
Perfect. We've got Feed Your Muse. You always think your muse will be something with less tongue. This was a meh for me, but I still thought it was fun.
It was fun.
I like things with big tongues, you know.
Mhm.
Yeah, I thought it was boring. It was too long and it was boring. I was glad it wasn't a feature.
Well, I'm glad it wasn't a feature too. I think they did a really good job of the short side of it. Are you giving it a meh?
Yeah,
All right.
barely.
Meat lovers. I have a feeling this may be the only non-vegan pizza that Bryce might eat. This was a mondo for me.
Yeah, it was a lot of fun. It was only 4 minutes long, so I mean, it was too short. But it was a cute premise, and it makes me love meat even more.
There you go. Bryce, what do you think of meat lovers?
It was meh.
Not the people. But
I
the
know. It was,
but the
it was
short.
still meh. It was good, but it wasn't great. It was fine.
Well, all that meat was annoying. And, okay. Peaking, I want to say. Peaking is after a long day on set, a loud recordist.
Sound recordist.
Sound recordist, thank you. Starts to hear more than just toxic conversation. What do we think of peaking? And not the duck, it's just peaking.
Yeah, it was meh.
Yeah.
It was okay. It was kind of creepy. Had a strange kind of ending, but I enjoyed it.
Cool. Yeah, is that a mondo or is that a meh?
No.
My comment was, be careful what you listen to.
Mm.
And the last one in this package. Yeah, I know. The last one in this one is The Curse. I said it was a cute coming-of-age film for a young lady with good business instincts, but it was a meh for me.
It was also local.
Yeah,
Was
meh.
it?
Yeah, it was.
It was
Nice.
meh.
She was a very creepy kid. There were a lot of bloody effects, and yeah, again, it was kind of short, which is, you know, the title, the shorts. But
Yep.
yeah, I enjoyed it. Not a mondo, but it was okay.
Cool. So there's like a lot of meh happening in that one.
Mhm.
Great. All right. Then the other shorts package, Quintessential Quirk. You wouldn't understand. And my comments were, do you have any Grey Poupon horseradish and time travel? It was a mondo for me. I love this one.
Yeah, I actually liked it a lot. Mondo.
Nice. Mer, did you see this one?
Didn't see these.
You didn't see some Quintessential
No.
Quirk? All right.
Time.
We saw Trash Scab, Trashy Pandemic, and it was a meh for me.
It was meh.
The Dangerous Type, strong lead female garage attendant. It's quirky. I gave it a meh. It was a really long short too.
Yeah, it was
But
too long. It was meh.
all right. Asparagus 2. Now, I don't know if this is related to the original Asparagus, which played at the festival maybe last year or the year before. Smoking Asparagus. This was a meh for me.
Meh.
Also?
Yeah.
It was also a meh?
Meh.
All right. But it was asparagus. It's like there's no meat involved. It's just asparagus. Okay.
Bryce had no fun with the board.
He is playing with himself there too. Tired Eyes. Musicians run all over New York and play a song. It was meh for me.
It was so meh.
It's so meh. Bump. Silly hijinks on the street. It was a meh.
It was a meh.
I have a feeling that this whole package may be meh for you, but what do I know? Aquatic Bird, True Love, an Egg, and some fucked up shit. This was a super mondo for me. I loved Aquatic Bird.
Yeah, Aquatic Bird I actually really liked. It was mondo.
Yeah, it was a long short too.
It was. But
I
it
think
was
it's another. Was it Chinese film or was it Japanese?
I don't remember. Sorry.
Apparently it's China. So it's very long. So yeah, actually, I would highly suggest people see this one as the same time. Maybe they'll get a Chinese short package that has this and the other one we talked about. I think it's a good pairing. Wichita, Busted Bitch. It's a meh. I think the end could have been maybe a little better.
Yeah, it was meh.
Okay. Stump the Guesser. Now, I think this had some local... this might have been made locally, too. Black and white, vintage, silent film, short, circus, guesser, fun. I like this one. It was a Mondo.
It was Mondo.
Yeah. And yeah, it's a Canadian film, so it quite possibly could have been in
Just
Alberta.
like me. I'm a Canadian film. No, I'm just a Canadian. Sorry.
Sometimes you have film in your eyes.
Sometimes I've got film all over my body.
Oh, Bryce shitstorm. Okay, and the very last short that we saw for these packages was Today or I'll Die. 13 years old.
Yeah.
I'll pass. This was a low meh for me. I did not like this one.
I honestly don't even remember it.
It's one where the girl goes to the tennis court and meets that guy, and she tries to get him to have sex with her.
Oh, yeah, that was bad. I didn't like it. What's that thing that's really bad? Rage.
It's a
It's that thing that you do a lot.
It's kind of like a little bit worse than meh. It's a rage.
It's a rage.
Well, that's pretty much we have two films we're going to talk about next week.
Yeah, 2 films from the festival, Kid Candidate and Crypto Zoo. I believe we're going to be talking about both of those.
Yep, and both of those might get some major release after this festival. So
possible.
I would keep your eyeballs on those.
And then we'll be back to talking about some more mainstream stuff as well. And we're back to our usual format on Wednesday.
Yeah, so hopefully, I'd like to get some feedback from some of the listeners. We actually, our first Cuff episode from this week, we had one of the biggest downloads we've had in any episode we've had. So apparently people are listening to the Cuff stuff. So that's great, because the film festivals in your neighborhood need your support. And, we just love this festival and we wish we were all there in person. But for everybody that's listening, if you have a chance to check out your film festivals in your neighborhood, please check them out. Some of these films will probably show up there unless it's a very mainstream type festival or a very
even
dark.
then.
Yeah, there's a good chance. There's a really good mix on this one. So, yeah.
Cool.
So far, it's been a pretty awesome time.
It has.
Well, thanks again, Ragers, for listening. Extra rage love to our 2 Film Rage community members, James and Julene. From It Goes Down in the PM podcast, thanks to the extended Film Rage crew of Leonard Conlon for artistic vision and photography via Leonard Conlon Photography, for Bex Goose for her animation and drawing skills at Potato Lady PodcastReviews.com. Find us on social media at Twitter, Facebook, and Instagram at Film Rage YYC. Check out everything Film Rage at filmrageyyc.com, including our merch site for Redbubble and TeePublic. See what we look like on our YouTube channel by searching Film Rage Podcast. We are always wanting to make this a raging blast for our listeners, so please comment often everywhere you feel, including sending us an email at filmragecalgary@gmail.com. Podchaser and Apple Podcast dare us to see terrible, terrible movies that'll fuel our rage. But no matter what you do, whatever you do, please make us rage. Please, please. That's it for this week. Rage on.
Rage on.
Rage on.